Started with strange skyquake-like noises in North Carolina, but it didn't just stop there.
When the sky is quaking and the earth is not shaking, something mysterious is going on in our sky.
Essentially, the best answer I can give you is I know what they're not, but I don't know what they are. I have a theory, but as far as is it weather related, typically weather's not causing the booms.
Well, that's strange.
Reports of sky booms all over Idaho and the surrounding states.
You know, when I check, it's not there's no seismic activity. I'm not seeing anything. It's not astronomy, you know. We're not seeing any big flashes. They happen during the day.
It's nighttime. So, what is this red in the sky? They've had the sky covered all day, and I already knew, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have the sheet up today, yesterday, and they gonna try to put it up tomorrow. We're gonna see how that go. But look at this. It is nighttime, and it's glowing red. The sky is glowing red, yo.
Left the warehouse across the street. It triggered my camera to record. In the foreground, you can see a bug pass in front of the car, parked to the right. But then up in the sky, something swoops down and lifts back up in a very smooth curve. It appears to pass behind the power lines and trees. Houses to the right block any chance of the trash truck, creating a refraction on the camera lens. And also, by this point, the trash truck was rounding a curve to the right and starting to go down a hill, which is why you see the lights fade out.
It's not just the solar radiation that spiked that's the issue. It's not just grounded planes. We just got hit with a rare magnetic switchback. And what that means for the next couple of days, you got to stay here and listen to, because we're going to get that to you. This strange zigzag that they're talking about that just appeared near Earth. December 1st, 2025, this was reported. What does this mean? So what happens is when this magnetic switchback happens, sun revealing an environment buzzing with kinks and twists in the magnetic field. These features, known as switchbacks, appear when the magnetic field lines pointing in opposite directions snap and rejoin in new orientation. Realignment produces a dramatic zigzag shape, magnetic equivalent of a flicked jump rope. And that's what we've been dealing with now. I wrote some stuff down that you need to be looking for in the next coming days. You need to really be watching for, because let's talk about Idaho. Idaho, they're saying sky booms is happening. We could look at it and there is no quakes really that's happening. Yeah, 2 days ago they had a 1.6, but they said this is a constant thing, not just Idaho. And what are you going to see with the sky? And atmospheric pressure is changing. We're going to get into that here in just a second, because as the atmospheric pressure starts to change, you can see that, yeah, we're getting atmospheric pressure changes and the snow is coming in. But let's go back to the video clip where the guy in Texas is showing the sky red. And let's look a little closer here, because sure, yeah, we know that the meteors are coming in, but that's not anything to do with the meteor. The flash sometimes could be that, but this right here, just 23 hours ago, this was reported in Texas. And let me know what's going on in Texas. What are you seeing? But what are we going to see coming up? This is what you need to watch for. You could see red, you could see purple, you could see green glows in the sky, even without storms or fires. These can come from geomagnetic energy charged particles, high latitude effects. Make sure you take out a camera, make sure you get a video, because this guy, he didn't get close enough for us to really see everything that's occurring here. Because this has nothing to do with auroras or any of that right now. Now, the sky quakes and the deep booming sounds, these can come from atmospheric pressure waves, distant sonic events, and magnetic disturbances. Now, you might have window vibrations happening and you don't see any visible source. Some people think this is explosions, but it's not. It's just basically this shift in the atmosphere that's happening. And moving as the shift starts to happen, we could read a little bit of today's solar radiation shows an active sun near solar maximum with moderately high solar wind around 7 kilometers and recent moderate radio blackouts, R2. So moving into it, what else is going to be happening that you need to look for besides the atmospheric pressure and everything else? So for weather, this is what you need to be looking for. Sudden wind, dry lightning, strange cloud formations, very fast temperature swings. You might see your navigation start to glitch, phone maps. This has actually happened to me over the last few days where I'm driving around and I just have my radar and everything where my navigation start to glitch. Um, so what else are we going to be looking for in these next 7 to 14 days? So outside of the sky colors and everything else, sonic booms, you might see flashes. All this could be happening because of this shift in the atmosphere that we're having right now. And in the chat right now, if you're in Idaho, you're in Texas, you're in North Carolina, you're in New York, you're in whatever area you're in, Canada, East Coast, West Coast, chime in, let us know what you're seeing currently. And when you do get the photos, make sure you get a really good shot because we want to see it and mainly get video because everybody here loves to see video. Correct, everybody? Like you want to see that video clip. So the new people coming in, you can hit the subscribe and we can all get this information from you as we scroll through the chat as the video is actively happening. What's happening in Albuquerque, New Mexico? So let's talk about how to secure stuff and protect yourself outside of this situation. We'll talk about that right now. So simple precautions. You can secure your electronics, surge protectors on computers, easy to get those. Unplug if the big storm or flare forecast. Keep your devices charged as well. Sometimes these devices from people in the chat here, they're telling me that they're getting big charges and it's just charging really rapidly fast because all this energy is coming in. Some people saying their memories are coming back that they haven't had, and like all types of stuff is starting to happen right now. It's pretty interesting. So if you hear a boom, just stay calm. Most of it is in the atmosphere, but check your surroundings and investigate the situation to see what's going on. So you don't want to be in a situation where you're like, oh my God, like you're freaking out, but the atmospheric pressure is shifting. Let's pull up some of the stuff I got for you. Precaution: if you're pregnant, avoid high latitude flights. This was in the article. Radiation spikes affect the aircraft altitudes, and so you don't want to be in that scenario. Another thing I got wrote down right here for you. For sky watching, just keep a flashlight as well. You have your tripod set up. So community watch. Where are you? What did you see? What did you hear? What's going on right now? If you were in the locations that specifically we mentioned, and then even outside locations. So Idaho, Texas, what's going on? Everybody wants to know because across America, and then you can be across the world. So we want to know what's happening there. So we can pull this data in over the next 7 to 14 days. Sky booms, color horizons, glowing cloud edges is what we're looking for. Meteor traits, radio issues. And the Northern Lights has been really way too long. It's been prolonged for a long time. And that's because of all the different shifts in our atmosphere. This is the sign of the times. This is the sign of the seasons changing. This is the signs that the field and environment that we once knew is at its different pace right now. And this pace will accelerate as we continue to go. And all the way up into January, we can see that happening because that's when the blizzard effects start taking place. Atmospheric pressure is rising and falling. And so these little pop noises is starting to come in the atmosphere. These people start hearing these pop noises out of nowhere. Are you hearing that? Big Buzz says we have had crazy fog here in California too. Can't see anything in the sky at night. Interesting. Now, there was something that I talked about in California, and it was something with the fog. I can't currently say it right now, but I'll put it at the end of the video at the chat, and you'll have to look in the comment section. This is officially something that came out, and just remember what happened in 2020 and think about that. Put that together. 2020, think about that, and then think about the fog. And I already confirmed this through reports from labs in California. Dragon says, what can I do when this has nothing to do with anything? What are you even talking about? Nothing in Vietnam, but I haven't had any crazy issues since leaving the US. Interesting. So another person says, radiation fog, according to Mr. MBB. That's a claim from Mr. MBB that's not been officially basically confirmed right now through all the data we're pulling in. Now, however, he could say that yes, in the atmosphere we have more. So if it falls, maybe we have some particles incoming that could potentially be in there. But if it falls, sometimes it doesn't always hit the ground, so we don't really know. So from flares, meaning strong particle events, radio issues are possible. So it's possible that that could be happening. It's very possible. So looking back into this right now, somebody says volcano went boom in Russia as well. That was just today. If so, you can see a lot of these charged events, these particles landing in different zones in different areas, causing disruptive events with the environment. That's definitely on the table at play right now as we speak. Shadow Cat says, I've noticed that animals have been acting weird in the past few days here in Southern Oregon. Don't know if anyone else has noticed that or not. Let us know, everybody. If you're right now and you're in Oregon, let us know what's happening there. Because everything right now you're pulling in for me and all of us, we can come back and we're going to know a little bit more about this event based off of what you say. We have drops. Homestead says we had fog last week in the Ozarks, but in the hills, so don't know. Has anybody seen anything weird outside of that with you having that ground level fog hitting you? Solar energies, fun times, prayers up. Organic creation says 1338. Oh yes, Terry 107 says both dogs just came down with some type of allergy they're scratching from. Be careful, protect the dogs, protect the pets. We're going to be looking into those situations as well to find out what's the widespread effects if anybody else's animals or pets are reacting a little bit strangely here. Officially, that all the stuff we're doing here is coming out with awareness, no fear, just give you all the data points and the eyewitness accounts of what's been going on. Somebody says not really, but it was cold, near freezing. Yeah, we're gonna hit a blizzard point. You need to be ready for that. And they got grid warnings out, and I've done videos on that too. That's going to be moving all the way up to January. So you need to check those videos to get everything you know. Right now, I'm looking in for myself for vitamin D3 as the sunlight exposure lowers or the radiation impacts come in. The vitamin D3 is going to be highly important, and that's going to keep me in a good state of immune building for myself. So find out what you need to look into as well. Bio, and I see what you just said there. Can't really say it out here, but I get what you're saying. So the body, for me, that's black walnut green hole is something that I continuously use. And that's because of everything that's happening, not just in the atmosphere, not just in the skies, but in the food itself. So again, we'll have more coming. Somebody says, would that cause itchy skin, you think? Possibly. It just depends on what type. So something is in the fog. Yeah, we kind of confirmed that with documents a while back. And so, yes, we have saw that situations have happened in the fog with lab tests, samples. And that's the thing now, because everybody sees the fog and now it's like, oh shoot, is that the same thing happening again? So yes, we will look more into that, grab more data on it. And in the current activity, we need to find out. Appreciate that super chat. Sadura 8447. Terry says, my dogs, this is not ever happened to. I looked everywhere to see if there were bugs of any types on them. They have nothing. That's an interesting case, Terry. Come back in the chat, in the video, even after it's over with. Give us more updates, and everybody else too, because we'll be looking into this stuff. Get us photos, get us images, get us video. Tell your story, because everybody here wants to know it, so we can have this information, so we can move accordingly through whatever is coming. You here have been the biggest help to people. You in the chat right now. So sjackson2447@gmail.com. We will come back and update, and we will be watching this event. And the other video we put out, do not miss, will be right there after the video is over. If you don't see it, it'll be in the comment section.